going to be putting some new BC coilovers on the Z, which is super exciting because I've been on blown coilovers since I bought the car, which is poo. You know, according to everybody else, it's a major handicap, but that's how I learned. You know, things cost a lot of money, so I've just progressively been trying to make the car better and better, and this is a huge better step. So today our video will consist of putting the coilovers in, trying to see what's up with the brakes that are making that rotational noise that we've talked about. Hopefully, you know, we had thought it was the rotors. We changed out the rotors. It came back, so obviously that wasn't it. Hopefully it's like the brake pads or something. So yeah, we need to do that. And for Kerry's birthday bash, we're kind of required to have underglow. So I think we might try to put the lights on the inside. I already have lights on the outside from UIB. So today should be fun, should be interesting. Hopefully it all goes smoothly. I'll catch y'all back at the shop.
Okay guys, what's going on back here? Mel, I think already did something this morning. Did you do something this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll probably start the video with that instead of this. But what we're doing today is putting on the coilovers. And Mike's measuring, so the plan of action is we're gonna lower the car a little bit, and my theory on this is if I get all of my alignment specs before I lower it and just match it back, then it should go back the way it was. The car had great tire wear from the last event. We kind of winged it. We haven't put the car on the rack, so don't really know where it's at. We're just seat of the pants kind of thing, see where the tire wear is at, see how the car feels, and send her on down the road. So we actually have a treat too, because we're, if you notice, in a shop today. So we get to utilize all of this. No, what are you doing?
You always do that to me. Yeah, what am I supposed to be doing?
I don't know.
I was writing stuff down like you told me to.
Oh, yeah. I think it's past point two, huh? I think that was the one. We're gonna get all these alignment specs. We're gonna get the car on the rack. We're gonna start getting out these coilovers. Show you what's up with that, huh? Boy. Oh boy. Look. So, what this is, guys, is let's get this out the way. This out the way. So, you notice what we got? There it is. Swift springs on here. And this is just like your basic BC VR. Yeah, VR series. And there's your little stamps. It's nothing too crazy. 12K front spring rate, 5K rear spring rate. Once we get the car up in the air, I'll show y'all a little more of what actually is done to this car. I know we haven't really went over any of that, so it's actually got some parts, but we'll just take you around the car. Let's get this set up. So set you guys up, watch us work for a second, and I'll be right back. Oh, the camera shakes every time I move my little tripod thing. It's crazy. No, go all the way up. Let's show the people the goods. Before we get started, we're gonna have to come back down to put the coilovers in. We gotta take the wheels off.
Is that good?
And then go all the way up.
That's it out.
All right,
Okay.
that's done. Now press the little thing to come down and put it on the locks. Yep, come down.
Pull up.
No, push it down. Boom. Now the car's settled on the locks.
All right.
Yeah, you always want to settle the car on the locks on a rack.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys, so, oh, look at this.
Yeah,
I didn't
I saw
zip
that.
tie that up, my bad. I took that down. So, this is the rear of our Z. Let me get a little light on the situation. So, full ISR rear. Can't really see it. Full ISR rear suspension for the most part. Okay. We have, I don't think you can actually see, dual caliper bracket. It's a Coilovers bracket. Busted coilovers. We have solid subframe bushings. Here, you can see it better here. Solid subframe bushings in the Z, and we actually have the subframe space down for squattage. We went with poly in the diff because we didn't want all those driveline vibrations, and especially when we're clutch kicking, we don't want that diff to get slammed by solid. We want the car to still feel somewhat okay. Same in the front. This is what was loose last time. It's not loose this time, I don't think. No. Ha! Our custom Gretty exhaust. What? You gonna get in on this?
No.
What are you doing?
You can go ahead.
What are you doing, Mel?
I was having a conversation with Mike,
Hmm.
saying words I can't say on the tubes.
On the tubes. So, up front, already you guys know, GK Tech stuff. Don't have our rack relocated. Is leaking, wonderful. Yeah, busted ball joint boots. Yeah, that's it. It's factory. Some underglow. What's up? Yeah, and that's it. Factory sway bar. It is installed. We don't have a rear sway bar in. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. It's a basic Z. There's nothing fancy or crazy about this Z, Mel. What'd you say? What'd you say, Mike? So, I guess we'll come back down with showing you guys the car and start doing some coilover work.
You got the wheel lock on?
Where's the wheel lock, Mel? You got the wheel lock?
No, like you have it here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's like,
I was gonna control her. I was gonna let her see.
Yeah, here it is.
Hey, good job, Mel. Hey, all right. So, I don't know what time it is, but I think it's about time for me to sit back and watch Mel do some work. I'm gonna drink a brew or something because I'm hot. I'm really hot. I haven't even started working yet.
It's pretty hot.
Oh, go ahead, Mel. Take that off.
Take what off?
I don't know. Work the rack. You know what you're doing?
No.
Me either. Taking off the wheels, I'll show you guys my goodies. If you don't know what this is a 1J VVTI.
Okay.
VVTI. Thanks, Mel.
I don't want
You don't want to do what? Are you scared? Hold on. So, single turbo, 1J, got a little rust, but if you guys notice, I already got new gears and stuff for it. So I'll be getting that. I'll be putting that together for the Lexus, the IS, which we haven't really shown much of. But first, this. Here's my transmission, which if you guys already see, got the 2J bell housing already there. I already put like my little detent in. Slave cylinder. This thing is pretty much ready to go because I have the rest of my parts right there. My clutch and my flywheel and my lines and stuff. All that's there. So I actually have everything for the transmission. That should be able to bolt into the 2JZ GE that comes factory in IS, the non-turbo motors. And it should all match the 1J, so I'll put the 1J together after I put the transmission in, just so I can start driving the Lex first and figuring out what's gonna break, because I'm positive something's breaking. That won't be anytime soon. I'm broke, so we'll wait on that.
So, you would say that it helps to have the right size socket?
100%.
Okay.
100%, yeah. I mean, you can go to a 14 if it's a 13 if you're a risky devil, okay? But a 12 on a 13, that just ain't happening. Unless you really want it.
It wasn't me. So while they're fighting with the front, I'm gonna try to get the rears put in myself. See how this goes.
What you just saw in the time lapse was the car was slammed in the rear. We're going to adjust those. We're going to actually come up a little bit in the rear, go down in the front, and I think. So we're going to do that real quick. We'll be right back. Back when we were younger, we used to, I'll just put these right here. We used to count the threads up and down here instead of just measuring it with a measure tape. So we were laughing because, woo! You ever try and count the thread, count those threads. Count them, how many you got? About 20 and a quarter thread. Who knows? Just use a measuring tape. Just use a measuring tape. All right, guys, so just now you saw me beating on the fender of this Z here, this guy right here. Bam, that guy? Yeah. The reason being is because I know that we're about to get over fenders, so I really didn't, like, I'm happy with the rod height. I'm happy with where the car's sitting in the rear, where the car's sitting in the front. I don't know if you can see it or not, okay? Whatever. Oh, my phone's got a low battery, but it's still recording. So, I'm happy with the rod height. We're getting over fenders, so I just decided to beat on this to make it fit. So, yeah, that's how I feel about that. Hit it with a hammer, get it done. My rear camber right now is about negative 1.5 on both sides. I would rather that be at about 0.1 positive to 0.2 positive, and I won't be able to do that with this car right this very second. Just because there's no clearance. There's zero clearance. Under compression, the wheel barely clears as it is. So if I bring this camber out more, I'm just gonna destroy the fenders on this car. That's not an issue when we get the over fenders. I'll be able to manipulate and cut this. You know, we'll do that at a later date, but I'll be able to cut this, weld everything up on the inside, put the over fender on, and I'll have a lot more clearance to bring this wheel more out this way. Right now what I'm debating on, well, we're debating on, I should say, is if we change any alignment specs to help the car perform better as it sits, or do we leave the car kind of how it is, and in the future, a couple months, a month or two, just put over fenders on it, cut some stuff out, bang on it a little bit more, and get it where we really want it, and then adjust it, finalize, like a final adjustment. I don't know, I'm torn. You guys comment, let me know what you would do. Because like right now, I'm not really sure. I feel like I could compensate for loss of rear grip with negative rear camber with tire pressure, like lower the tire pressure even more so, like where they're just like flat almost, and we'll just call it a wrap and see if that works for this event. Or if you would just take a hammer or cut-off wheel. Like I could literally do that right now. I'm at a fully equipped shop. I could cut this thing and we could like just like cut it off. But I don't ever want to do that. There it is. Let me know what you would do, because I don't even have any idea what I want to do right now. Like I'm leaning towards the lazy side. How about that? Like doing nothing, leaving it like it sits. Sounds way easier. You know what I mean? So, other than that, oh, let me show you guys this. I didn't show you all this last time. Let me show you. So, from our seat video, there's our fire extinguisher. Here's our Brom harness that we didn't have yet. There's the seat. We just wrapped their old girl right around there. You can take a peek. There's my washers. I put two monster washers, top and bottom, so that it doesn't rip out the body, both sides. You can see, bam. So that's just a little bit of a touch up, probably really close. That's just a little bit of a touch up on the last video, just to like help finalize that one, so you know. And yeah. So I don't know what we'll do from here. We might move into trying to fix the underglow. I don't know. All right, so there she goes. Just so you guys know, and y'all are up to par with what's going on here, we didn't do anything with the alignment. We left it just how it sat because we plan on only doing this bad alignment thing for one event and fixing it by next event. So we'll see. I don't know if we'll actually do it. Maybe now, since I put it on YouTube, I'll have to do it, but we'll see what she comes back and says, and I might have to go drive the car, see if it's rubbing or anything, and Alright everybody, this is probably going to finish up the video. We are running on an alignment that I don't really approve of, but I do feel like will work. Mel thinks it's too low. Mike, who is currently filming for me, had asked her earlier, do you think we should raise it? She was like, nah, I think it's good. Now she's like, it's a little too hot boy for me.
I'm not a hot boy.
I think it's great. It doesn't rub under compression. If you have any questions about like alignment specs, more detailed stuff than I've included in this video, feel free to comment. I'll gladly answer. My knowledge is yours for free. How about that? Yeah, I think it's going to perform great. I think the BCs are going to do their job. I think they're going to give Mel a whole nother dynamic into car control that she hasn't experienced, because keep in mind, guys, she's been on blown coilovers for the last 2 drift seasons. We've known that. We just haven't been able to put them or afford new ones, the ones that we wanted, and now we are. So hopefully this makes a very big driver progression.
Hopefully. With the seat.
And the seat and the harness too, yeah. I mean, so hopefully for Carrie's event, she'll get it, but she'll probably be shaking it down. I won't be there for the first half of the day, so it's all gonna be Mel, guys. So the vlogging's on her, 100%.
Lackluster. I'm gonna try not to.
Anyway, as always, guys, like it if you want to like it. Subscribe if you want to see us grow. Quit laughing at me, Mike. Mike over here. Mike laughing at me because he's probably better at this. If you don't know Mike, it's Mike TW on YouTube, Mike _TW_ on Instagram, Mike Ward on Facebook. He's a great friend of mine. He's always here to help us out. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Like I said, always give me a comment. Let me know what you guys think, how we can grow, how we can interest you, how we can interest ourselves, because I mean, gotta interest yourself, you know?
You should know how to interest yourself. Pleasure yourself.
Wow, Mel. Wow. With a half inch. Okay. Anyway, guys.
Peace.